Hey, Jared, give us just a little bit more of that. Give us that captain over the intercom voice that you were just doing right there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're glad you could join us this evening for flight TCL 2017, nonstop from mediocrity to below average. I'll be your co-pilot this evening. Even in my wildest dreams, I'm not the pilot. I'm just the co-pilot. I get to make up the scenario, and I'm still second fiddle.
Welcome to the show tonight, where we're going to talk about Jared's obvious self-esteem issues. You guys didn't know TCL is now actually a group therapy podcast. That's what we're doing. Hey, welcome to the courtesy laugh. Guys, we made it.
Welcome back to the courtesy laugh.
Welcome to another episode. This is our 200th episode. It's really incredible that we're able to make it this far.
Yeah, I mean, consistency and reliability. Those are our names.
I just feel bad that we didn't release any of them for a long time.
I know.
It's just been us hanging out once a week.
I didn't even notice. It's our fans' fault, really, for not letting us know that they weren't getting them. So, if all else fails, blame the fans, right? Isn't that what they say in show business?
Yeah, I've heard that many times. That was exactly it. Yeah, I'm Joseph Craven. I'm joined, of course, tonight by acclaimed author of Words and Sentences, Mr. Tyler Tarver.
Absolutely. That's what I'm known for. Gosh, I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, it was.
And a guy that used to publish his Bible doodles on the internet, Mr. Jared Hollier.
What were those called again?
Badly Drawn Bible. BadlyDrawnBible.com.
That was really good.
I love Badly Drawn Bible. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty
That
brilliant.
was fun. I loved Words and Sentences. I read it twice.
You did not. No one read it. I didn't even read it twice. There were so many typos. I was like, screw it. If they notice, they deserve to find them.
It was my go-to toilet book for a while. I'm not even kidding about that.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
But it was weird how there was that stretch where the theme of our blogging circles was just publish it, man. It doesn't matter if it's full of typos and errors. Don't research. Don't edit.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't make it
just
good.
Put it out there.
Man, just push it out.
Who needs quality? Not us.
Here's the deal. What I found out is that's absolutely true. When you go to job interviews and you say, I've written for books, they're like, wow, really? They're not going to read them. It doesn't matter. It just makes you sound like you take initiative and crap.
Yep. No, that's all it is. And I mean, and that's what that really was like the thing that worked with blogging back in the day anyway. It literally was just publish anything and everything as much as possible, and it's going to generate some views, and then flows out from there.
Is it feel better about yourself?
We were in the blogging bubble and also part of the burst.
Yeah.
We were definitely in those circles when it happened.
Jared, I think it's worse than that. I think we were not even just part of the blogging bubble. We were part of the Christian humor blogging bubble. Like there was a group.
There was a real specific sect.
There was a circle. Because like when I try to describe it to people, I just don't. Like I start and I go, yeah, I mean, I was in for a while. Went to Nashville at one point. I don't remember the rest.
And we were the cool kids, too.
No. We got
cool
shout outs occasionally from the cool kids websites. That's what we did. We were co-pilots.
So who were the cool kids? And we could edit this out later, but who would you put in the cool kids circle?
And then the Christian humor people, it was like John Acuff was number one. And there was like Elaine Stanton because they were like friends with him. And they were on stage sometimes. And I'm out. That's all I remember.
But even Stanton and Trip Crosby, I don't think they were in the blogger bubble.
No.
They were definitely in the content bubble, but
Stanton was, but Trip never really messed with it. No,
he do like one every
he's
like
always
6
been
months.
video,
Says I'm getting back into blogging, and then 6 months later, hey man, I'm getting
that was it.
Oh, it's funny.
Oh well,
it
was a fun ride.
It was. Yeah, it really was. I was reminiscing with a friend earlier today, actually, who was like, "Yeah, dude, I actually like pulled up some of your old like podcasts that you had done in the past. Most of them were sports, but he actually brought up TCL, and I was like, that's terrible. I'm so sorry that you had to live through that again. But we rehashed all the old blogging stuff. It was a horrible memory lane to walk down, actually.
No, I mean, you strolled it. You strolled it like Leonardo DiCaprio.
So I'm drinking so much tonight.
Yeah,
My
there's
buddy
broken
Mark-
glass and syringes all over that lane.
That's Joseph's first Instagram post.
Yeah,
That's right. Good call.
This guy gets
Thanks.
Excellent.
Yeah, my buddy Mark is like our biggest fan, the one that created like @fake Tyler Tarver or whatever. He literally every time I talk to him, he said, "So y'all gonna start back to courtesy left this week?" And I talk to him like once every 2 months, and he says it every time. Like he absolutely loved that show, and he wasn't being sarcastic. He legitimately loved it. He's like, so is it starting? What's the deal? Y'all still friends? I'm like, I mean,
none of us quite reached the fame of Chad Gibbs, whose first book was featured in the background of an obscure Netflix movie.
my goodness gracious,
Yeah.
that's
What?
right.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to hear this story.
Oh, there's some I forget what the movie's called. I'm going to hop on and do some Facebook research because I believe Chad posted about it on his Facebook page.
How did he
But,
find it? Did he
there's-
see it or somebody else see it?
Somebody else saw it and told him about it.
Okay.
And he was like, there's no way. So he pulled up the movie and like looked through and was like, oh man, that's it. And
We're talking about the Jesus Around the World book or whatever it was called.
no, the first one was God in Football. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
There's a movie called Coffee Shop, and it's like a really, really cheesy, like Christian romance movie.
I'm not even lying. My wife was watching that earlier tonight before I came up here and hit record.
No.
She is downstairs watching it. Yeah,
That's
it's on like the
number-
holiday section of
Get down.
Netflix.
Get downstairs and
Guys,
watch
I
it
gotta
right
go.
now. Yeah.
I gotta go. I'm
Chad
gonna run
Gibbs'
out of the room
book
just for the
shows up.
Chad Gibbs book drop.
But if Chad popped his head down from the top bar behind Jared, go, you guys talking about me? Talking about Papa? He's like, I've been waiting at this Mexican restaurant for 7 years. Where y'all been? Oh man, I lost
Good
you guys.
times.
Man,
Good times.
This does beg the question that I feel like we've kind of been dancing around and we need to briefly discuss for real. But is blogging still a thing? Like it's dead, right? Like we just admit that it's dead. Like BuzzFeed came along and it killed it and just became whatever it was, and it's dead. Yeah. As a
I
bunch
think
of
Tyler's connection dead?
I'm
Are you
back.
still there? Oh, okay.
I was shaking my head. No, in education, it's still there. Like education's like always 10 years behind everything else. And so it's just now taking off for education. Like I went to a conference last year and they kept promoting Twitter like it was brand new. I'm like, guys, Twitter's dragging one foot into the grave right now. Like, and they're pushing, like, you should check out this website. It's Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. A lot of resources there. I'm like, oh my gosh.
things are going to change for you guys once you discover Spotify and Netflix. Just keep an eye out for those two things, Tyler. I'm telling you.
They're not ready, man. There's
I'm
no
telling you. But yeah,
Well,
we're three.
ask
we're
the question
three
this way.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Finish yours.
I
Finish
was
yours, and
just
then I'll
gonna
jump
say,
in.
like, we're three bloggers in rehab, like in recovery from blogging. I feel like is the best way to describe our friendship. It's what brought us together. It's what drove wedges between all of us. It's why the three of us haven't spoken in years. It's why I tried to put a hit out on Tyler at one point. It failed, and then like I had to repent from that.
Yep.
You know, all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So, I
Well,
just feel
are
like
there
it's an
any
important
blogs
thing.
that you visit regularly?
My own blog. I'm trying to get those numbers back up, man.
Like if I get online, I go to Twitter or Facebook or Reddit. And if a link on one of those pages brings me to
I'm
somebody's
sorry.
blog,
I didn't realize that we were in the presence of nerd royalty over here. I didn't know Jared Hollier was a Redditor. I'm sorry.
wait, is that nerdy? I didn't even know.
No, I think it's more like I always pictured Reddit as like kids that were like making fun of the other kids and saying they were cool, but really like they're the kids that everybody like the cool kids were making fun of. But I mean, it's really
it's Reddit is like there's like two similar web pages, I guess, and like Reddit is one where it's like that's where all the kids that like were really nerdy but like we're indignant about it. Like I can't believe all these cool kids act the way they act. Am I right? You know? And then there's 4chan, and that's the kids that would go look at like Japanese animated porn behind the school building.
and
They all went to 4chan.
Yeah, 4chan.
4chan is a dumpster fire. You don't,
Right.
we're
Yeah,
not
it is. Totally
advertising that.
No, absolutely not.
But like
But
the front
speaking of
page of
which,
Reddit,
Welcome to the Courtesy Laugh, sponsored tonight by 4chan.
So 4chan, dumpster fire near you.
You smell that? That's 4chan.
That's 4chan.
Back to you, Jared.
I think that's actually on their webpage. It says you smell that? That's 4chan.
It's on you now. It's on you now.
You can't wash that stink off.
No, you can't.
I was just saying this. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and go to anybody's blog.
No.
Like, there was a time when we would do that. We would wake up and I would check your guys and the people that I knew that were blogging. I would go to their sites and see what they were up to. I don't do that anymore. There's not a single one I go to.
I'd wake up in the morning and check Tyler's site. Absolutely.
Or get the email notice that he had published something and you click over and read it, but not anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Just Tyler, though. Just want to make that clear.
It's terrible.
Received.
Twice, Jared.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
As long as it's not ambiguous, that's all I ask. That's all I'm really searching for here.
No, I don't check or watch really any, like YouTube. I've got like 2 video guys on YouTube. I'll watch pretty much everything they put out. And other than that, like, I don't check or watch or do anything else of note. So I don't know why you guys had me on here. Should I leave? Not relevant at all.
You also are sounding more and more like a robot as we go on, which I think is cool. So I'm fine with it.
Yeah, sorry.
You can absolutely stay. Because
I think Tyler probably made the most money off of blog related stuff of the 3 of us. There's no doubt.
Probably.
I know. Joseph made like $80,000 on that one Memphis post. I am Memphis, right? Mississippi.
Oh, I am Mississippi.
I am Mississippi.
Yes.
That's it.
That's the only reason.
Hang on, I think I remember it. It was like, I am Mississippi. I am dirty, unkempt, and uneducated. I am poor and full of bad food. I am Mississippi. Did I nail it? Is that pretty much what it was?
Full of bad food? Do you mean like unhealthy food? Because I'm not going to argue that part. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to argue that part. I was going to say, but like bad tasting,
covered in gravy.
I will, yeah. No, that was pretty much it. And that's the only reason I even have my site is still technically up on the internet. I haven't posted anything in forever. Every now and then over the past few years, I would get on once every like 6 months and write like a really just like obscure, nonsensical, vague post about nothing just because I needed to get something out of my system. Like, but the only reason I keep the site up is because like once a year that gets enough like views to make me like $100.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Oh, do you have like on ads on the side or something?
Yeah, it's just like Google AdSense. It just gets enough on there. Yeah, that's the only reason that site still exists.
Well, mine shut down when I got off of a Bluehost, and I lost like 2 years worth of posts. So
that's good.
All I've got is like a WordPress.com from like I don't know, like 6-7 years ago. And so,
do you need me to send you my copy of Words and Sentences by Tyler Tarver so you can remember all the good times?
Not worth it. I've read part of that book.
Yeah, heads up, it's been sitting on his toilet for a long time.
Yeah, it's going to smell funky.
Them hands weren't washed.
It's going to smell like 4chan.
Yeah.
Like once a week or so when I get the writing bug, you can just do that on Facebook now.
Yeah.
You just put a post out there and that'll get as many views as anything you ever would have put on your blog. And it's one less click for people. So is blogging dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, except in niches like the education world, apparently.
Yep. And that's just because social media itself in what it is has just like completely taken that spot. Like it's so in our culture that we have no need for that extra click. I mean, it's even just like businesses. You know, businesses aren't going to do much of anything on their own websites anymore. Businesses are going to try to connect to people through social media, you know, because that's a much more direct connection to the consumer.
Just go to our Facebook page instead of going to our website.
Right. So Facebook.com/The Courtesy Laugh is where you can find us. Is that where you're getting it?
Is that I'm checking?
There's not a chance.
Check it out.
There's not a chance that one is. Our Twitter's still there though. I logged into it.
I feel like we were getting emails for a couple of weeks that somebody was gonna disable our Facebook page.
Still there.
Yep, still there.
Joseph, you're the only one with strong enough internet connection to check the Facebook page.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, I'm on it, guys. I'm on it. This does bring up a good point though. It would be we do need to dedicate this episode in loving memory of Knox McCoy, who tragically passed away and cannot join us.
Gosh, came in hot, Joseph.
What? What? Is he still alive?
I haven't talked to him.
Is he still alive? Oh.
Maybe. I think he is.
Well, I mean, I feel dumb now. Man,
it's okay.
I spent months.
You got a lot going on.
But I spent months mourning the man. Like, it put a huge damper on my own honeymoon because I was so distraught over the death of Knox McCoy. And well, it's time we play a game, a little segment that we're going to call Would You Rather, with the most important things that Tyler Tarver can come up with. That's the game that we're playing. Tyler Tarver, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can explain the rules of this game. I don't know what we're calling it. We didn't discuss it. I debated.
We could do this. Is called Which Is Better. That's the one I prepared for.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to do Would You Rather, but it'll be Would You Rather based on two things that I came up with. Like, would you rather have a refrigerator or a microwave? Look around the room. So let's. Okay. So we're going to do this. It's called Which Is Better. What you do is I give you two probably unrelated things, and you two debate what is better out of the two, and then I'll tell you who was correct. Okay. So, and you can both be correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What if we agree?
That's fine. You're both correct. I'm both wrong.
I'm going to try to disagree with you just for the sake of entertainment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Time Magazine called me up earlier today and was asking me if I would, if I would be Person of the Year, but I'd have to agree to a photo shoot. And I was just like, I mean, probably being Person of the Year is not good enough for me, Time Magazine. You got to hit me with something better than that.
You know where I thought that sentence was going to go? You said entertainment, and then you go, I don't know if you guys knew this, Time Magazine called. I thought you were going to go, and they were like, hey, do you subscribe to Entertainment Magazine? Like, why did Tom call you to see if you subscribe to Entertainment Magazine?
Do you like Entertainment Weekly? Because we don't. So
we don't.
That, man.
Entertainment. Okay. So the first one, we've got, we'll do 3 rounds. First round is, which is better, Snapchat or pizza? Snapchat or pizza, fellas? Think about it. There is a correct answer. And we'll start with you, Jared. Jared, which is better, Snapchat or pizza?
I'm going to go with pizza.
Okay.
It's more widely available. It's more customizable.
Okay.
You can share it with more friends, I think.
Okay. Can I ask something real quick? You said your first line was it's more widely available. But Snapchat's on every phone. It can be on every phone ever created, which is in everyone's pocket.
Right.
I don't have pizza in my pocket right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a lot of people that have pizza in their pocket. So.
You're doing life wrong. That's all I can say.
If I may,
you've made some poor decisions.
Okay, that's on me. I'm sorry.
Tyler, when pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime. I thought you should. If I may,
but
Tyler,
if my phone is on a bagel,
I mean, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah, bagel app. Go ahead.
Bagel phone.
Yeah. Tyler, you kind of took my point as to why Snapchat's better a little bit, but it's talking about readily available. So I'll go instead with this. Not all pizzas are going to be accessible to anyone that wants it. Some people have dietary restrictions, and some places aren't going to make a gluten-free pizza. But there are no dietary restrictions with Snapchat. Celiacs can use Snapchat. Vegans can use Snapchat.
That's true.
People that eat other stuff. Those are the only 2 things that come to mind when I think of people that don't eat stuff.
My mom has a BlackBerry phone. She can't get Snapchat. I know a lot of people that still have flip phones.
My bad.
There's no Snapchat for a flip phone. It's not available to them.
Jared, my bad. What I meant to say is parents can't get Snapchat.
Oh, that's true.
True. Parents, but I enjoy a slice of pizza with my mom just last week.
That's good.
It was a Pizza Hut Supreme. It brought us closer together.
Parents just don't understand, and that's what Snapchat is.
Yeah, that's true. Can I go back to a question for Jared? You said you shared a pizza with your mom. Was that like you had pizzas, or was it like a Lady in the Tramp type situation? Like you start on one and shoot on the other, and you just kind of meet in the middle?
With my mom, I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
Like a Lady in the Tramp thing, right?
We all know it. We know what that means.
You know what that means. Okay. The correct answer, Jared takes round 1 because the correct answer is pizza. And the reason is because Instagram stories, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay. So moving on to the next one.
He brought in a third player there at the end. I'm not sure.
Well, he owns Instagram stories, so he won. All right.
Okay.
So
you should
round
remember
two.
by now, Jared. There's no arguing with that. You can't.
No,
He's old wild card Darvin is what they call him.
Yeah, I like that name that just came up. So round two. Okay, which is better? We've got the human elbow or remote controls.
I'm going to go ahead and start on this one, if I may.
Yeah, Joseph, go ahead.
I think this answer is easy and obvious.
It is.
Off of the longevity and popularity and success of little Lego men that don't have functioning elbows. Remote controls are significantly better than elbows. There's no question here.
Okay.
If Lego men don't need regular hair, regular fingers, or regular elbows, why should any of us have to worry about those sort of things? They're luxuries, and we've been spoiled by them. Remote controls, though, can solve all of these issues. We're fine with remote controls are the way to go. I'm just sorry.
Try to drink something with no elbows real quick. It's a lot harder. I thought, it's going to be hard. No, I can't do it.
I mean, I feel like
I'd also like to point out
the Chris Pratt Lego film.
When's the last time you woke up in the morning and you couldn't use your elbow because the batteries were dead? That happens to my remotes all the time. That's a regular occurrence. I'd say 80% of the batteries I bring into my house are to replace dead batteries in a remote control of some sort. So I'm 33 years old. I've never had my elbows not work.
So what? You don't bring home batteries just for kicks and giggles, Jared? What's wrong with you? You actually bring them home to replace old batteries, you monster?
In remote controls. Right. Some of them go to that. Some of them I drop in a sock for disciplinary purposes.
Oh, man. This took a turn.
And the winner of most Texas statement tonight goes to Jared.
Of course it does.
All right. The winner of round two is actually Joseph, because then that means you're tied and we can do a tiebreaker. Okay.
This guy gets it.
Good job. Good job.
This guy
gets it. So final round. Here we go. The last round of which is better. Which is better? The iPhone or the Constitution of the United States of America? iPhone, Constitution. Somebody with a name starting with a J can go first.
Oh, that's going to have to be you, Tyler.
Definitely. Okay. The winner is.
I mean, I'll go first on this one. I don't want to go first two in a row, but
I mean, you should.
If I may, I will go ahead and say it. I think it's pretty obvious that the iPhone's the choice here.
Okay.
For a simple reason. The Constitution is quote unquote a living and breathing document or something like that.
Yeah.
I say quote unquote. I don't actually know the actual quote, but
I'm not really sure what they call it.
They're constantly interpreting it differently. It's constantly changing. There's one thing in the world that hasn't changed at all in the past decade, and it's the iPhone.
Mm-hmm. That's
the
true.
iPhone.
Just very small bits you have to keep
yeah, exactly. You know, the iPhone has done just enough to catch up with whatever competitors are there, but not enough to scare anyone away. The iPhone is the one constant outside of baseball, Ray, that's out there in life. So iPhone is the obvious choice here.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Your rebuttal, Jared.
Baseball.
You know, one time I went to Washington, D.C. and saw the Constitution on display.
Mm-hmm.
It was under plexiglass. People were crowded around it, and they were taking pictures of the Constitution with their iPhones. They were taking pictures of the better document with their. Nobody's ever taken a picture of their phone with the Constitution, so I think we know which way this is going to go. The Constitution is my vote. That's where I'm going.
All right, and the winner is no drum roll, please. I don't need any audio besides mine. Joseph Craven, because you can get the Constitution on your iPhone. You just Google Constitution and you can see it. So.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. That's it. Thank you guys so much for participating in the first ever online version of Which is Better.
Would you rather? Would you rather? Which is rather?
Would you rather play Which is Better?
Yeah.
What if the game is better? Like, I have two witches and you guys got to pick.
Which you rather is the official name of this game. From here on out, it will be forever known as Which You Rather. Thank you for listening to Which You Rather.
Which is rather.
Sponsored by 4chan.
A dumpster fire.
Hey, what's that smell? That's 4chan.
Here.
Good times.
That's it. I'm done digging. Segue.
Hey, speaking of segues, you guys seen Paul Blart?
Did you see the campaign they're doing to replace Kevin Spacey in House of Cards with
Kevin
what's his name?
With Kevin James?
Kevin James. Yes, they're saying there's this huge campaign going on to replace him with him. Okay.
They're just going to end up replacing Kevin James with Leah Remini after just a season of that. If I've learned anything from the way TV works,
you can kill anybody off and replace them with anybody you want.
I mean, it happened in first episode of Friends with Ross's wife.
They didn't kill her off.
Wait, you mean between the pilot and the first episode? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they switched it. They switched her. It's a woman. Sorry, man. Topical.
It happened to the mom on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
There was another TV mom they replaced.
It happened to me in the popular comedy podcast, The Courtesy Laugh.
Who'd you get replaced with again, Joseph?
Leah Remini from King of Queens.
Yeah, the Scientology chick.
And Kevin Can Wait.
Yeah.
I can wait. It's like Kevin Can Wait, but with Kevin James.
I know. It's pretty great, right?
Is that the MMA one? I'm sorry, I didn't watch that. Along with everything else he's done. So that's it. That was a good one.
No, the only thing I know about that show is that after the first season of it, they decided to kill off his wife and replace her with a different character played by Leah Remini, who played his wife on King of Queens.
And what show?
I heard Kevin Can Wait. That's
Kevin Can
really
Wait.
the name of the show.
No,
Did you
it's
think
not.
he was making a joke?
Yeah, I thought he was making a joke. I didn't know that was a thing.
No, that's really the name of it.
They replaced in King of Queens. They replaced Kevin James's, I think his brother in the show. They replaced him. He was like this New Yorkie guy, and then they just replaced him with some other like dude. I don't know. The end. I'm out.
I don't know if they replaced him. He just had a lot of buddies on that show.
Maybe that was it. They just replaced all of his buddies with Patton Oswalt.
Right.
Yeah, it was just him CGI'd into every scene.
I think the thing I love most about Patton Oswalt is that he somehow managed to be like the third funniest fat guy on King of Queens. Like that, you have to try to be like the third funniest fat guy.
I mean,
Did it. Welcome to this new segment. This next segment where we do a dramatic reading of we do a terrible reading of a dramatic.
we do it every week. They know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You guys know. This is an every week thing here on
Every
TCL. TCL, an internet favorite since 2005. Is that right? Is that when?
That's when
No,
we started.
that seems early.
Here we
It
are.
wasn't 2005.
It's crazy to me, guys, that we're on our 400th episode tonight. I can't believe that we made it this far. Been doing this every week for years and years. Anyway, so dramatic.
I can't believe we survived. I'm glad we survived after Joseph decided to kill off Knox McCoy. That was the real surprise.
I know. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, well, I just want, we got better ratings when Leah Remini showed up on the show, so I was just going to replace him with her. And then, as it turns out, it was just Tyler doing an impression. So,
I mean, I'm just really good impressions. I know.
So we're going to do a reading from episode 1 of Riverdale. And you guys have never watched Riverdale?
Remember when she was in Saved by the Bell?
Yes,
Leah Remini.
She worked at the summer camp. Her dad owned it or something.
No, it was Malibu Sands. It was a beach club.
Yeah, and her and Zach kind of liked each other, but then they were like, "Oh, everybody hates this relationship."
You guys want to do an
Her
episode
dad was
where we rank
boss
all
there.
of the characters of Saved by the Bell and in terms of who would
Absolutely.
survive in the Hunger
That's
Games?
all I signed up for. Who would survive in the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
That's
We
solid,
did-
So speaking of blogs that no longer exist, remember when TV Asylum was a thing?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
One of the few articles I got published on TV Asylum was about the Saved by the Bell, what they call the Tori paradox. Because remember, there was a season with a girl named Tori, but it was after the graduation episode, and Tori. Anyway, that's Saved by the Bell was one of my few contributions to TV
Is it
Asylum.
still there? Can we
RIP.
go find it?
I don't know.
Googling it.
You never put a word that's hard to spell in there. Asylum. ASYLUM.
Sounds right.
.com. Oh yeah, my internet's not even strong enough to do a phone conversation. It's not going to find this.
Yeah, this thing.
No, there is no tvasylum.com.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. It does not load up. We're not
Super Squad D on YouTube.
Yes, please, everyone subscribe.
Go like and subscribe, guys.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. So you guys have never seen Riverdale, which hurts me because it means I'm the only person in this group that has ever seen. I watched like 3 episodes of it, actually for a series of videos for Super Squad D, my YouTube channel, where we were trying to do like a weekly recap and everything. And my entire bit was that I hated the show and loathed doing the recaps. But the thing is, it was so draining on me to try to sit through teen drama on a poorly written TV show that I just quit doing the videos. And I told the other guy.
Now, when I was a kid, I used to read some of the Archie comics because my mom worked at a church. And so we would go to this Christian bookstore a lot. And at the Christian bookstore, they sold Archie comics.
Really?
And so I would get one sometimes and I would read Archie comics as a
those
kid.
comics
But this seems like a much different tone.
Yeah.
Hey, Joseph, before you tell me that you liked him or disliked him, so I don't feel like I'm going against you, I used to be like super into comic strips. Like, got detention for a week because I was reading it instead of listening to my teacher talk about whatever the crap she's talking about. And Calvin and Hobbes was my big one. And I remember I would see that Archie comics one on there, and I would read it occasionally and go, "How is this like a thing? Like, it's not funny, it's not engaging. It's just like." It's like something. It's like, oh, might as well like look out in the hallway. I'm like, oh, cool. There's something boring. Let's put it on a comic strip. And so it's just like, so now go ahead. Love it or dislike it.
Imagine that mentality of somebody looking at that comic strip and going, this is boring. No one has really enjoyed these since the 50s. Why don't we try to turn it into a teen drama show where everyone's sleeping with each other?
Yeah.
And like, that was the
question.
Pitch. That was the pitch to the CW. Yes, Jared.
Question about the show. So in the comic, there was a character his name was Jughead.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like a tall, lanky, goofy guy who always wore a vest and a crown.
I'm
Super
so
never explained.
I'm so glad I can explain this to you.
Good looking guy.
Yeah. So in the show, is Jughead in the show?
Jughead's in the show. He's the narrator of the show as well because he is writing a book, quote unquote book, about, the first season's all about a murder mystery. So there's that.
Obviously.
Obviously, one of their classmates at Riverdale High was murdered, and Jughead is writing the novelization of the murder, and so the story.
Does he go by Jughead?
He does. They call him Jughead, and he wears a beanie that has crown ridges on it. And
there you go.
Most importantly of all, he is played by Cole Sprouse, one of the 2 kids from Sweet Life of Zach and Cole. Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh!
There you go. So this show is pure garbage. It's complete trash. And
I was really hoping he was played by Harlan Williams. Does anybody know who that is?
Yeah, it's from Hootie and the Blowfish.
That's a paint company, if I remember correctly. It's a store where you go to buy paint, right? Yeah. Actually, I do know who Harlan
the only
Williams
notable.
is.
The only thing I can think of that he was in was it was a Disney movie where he went to space with a chimpanzee. I don't remember the name of it. That's the only thing I can remember.
I never saw it, but I know what you're talking about.
It's a Disney movie. The name of it was just the description of the movie, right? That's all they do with this.
Harlan Williams and a chimp go to space.
Yeah, it's the rollerblading movie, right? He's like, no, I just described it. It's a space monkey thing. Yeah, but the rollerblades. No, you idiot.
All right, I'm going to assign. So there's an incredible scene where it's the first time the Archie and Betty characters are on screen together in the show. And there's a lot of sexual tension because that's what teens are into. Sexual tension between comic book characters from 80 years ago. And so I'm going to assign our local resident heartthrob, Jared Hollier, to be Mr. Archie Andrews, the all-American kid.
All right.
Tyler, you're going to be doing the part. You're going to be playing the part of Betty. And
dude or chick?
You know what? I'll leave that up to interpretation.
Okay. Just got to let art take me where it
leave
goes.
that up to interpretation by the performers. And the character of Veronica will show up. I'll handle the character of Veronica. And Tyler, you handle the character of Pop, who has 2 lines.
Oh, okay. I got it. I got it.
That's it then. All right. We open at Pop's Diner. Archie and Betty are seated opposite each other in a booth. For some reason that I can't understand in the show, it's incredibly dimly lit. It looks like it is, just picture in your mind, if you will, two people at a diner at midnight during some sort of lunar eclipse. That is the mood that we've got going on here. And scene.
So what was the highlight
of my internship? The Tori Morrison book release party I organized by far. At the end of the night, Toni Morrison, who is, as you know, Dash, my little hero, literary hero.
Toni Morrison wrote Words and Sentences, if I remember correctly.
Hey, that's what most books are about. My literary hero says to me, "Don't rush this time, Betty." But it doesn't end the quotation.
I'm glad Robo Tyler showed up for this read.
It starts the quotations and then it says the sentence and then it starts more quotations. So it's ending the quotations on the next line for the previous. I'm sorry.
I ripped all of this off of, like where I was trying to keep the transcript I was getting it off of, and they had so many typos. I was like, okay. You know what? I'm not going to worry about fixing most of these.
He's like, these guys are professionals. They won't call it out mid read.
They know what to do.
Just, you forget, I'm not a professional, believe it or not. It goes by so fast.
Yeah, I picked up on that the first time you said Tori Morrison.
Tori Morrison.
when you called her.
It's like Tori, but the R comes all the way down and makes an N. Right. Tony. Okay.
Tony. Got you.
One summer.
Don't Tori Morrison.
Everything. Excuse me. I'm trying. Archie, can you chill?
Yeah, seriously, Archie.
Me, Betty. Trying to do my lines. One summer can change everything.
Wow, that is so true, Betty. So true.
How was working for your dad?
It was pouring concrete every day, all day long. To pass the time, I would start composing these poems in my head. And at night, I'd go home. I'd write them down.
Dad, you don't even like reading poetry.
No, not Dad. No, Dad. Betty, it's me. Archie, it's not your dad. No.
Is it my turn?
No. Yes. No. It's Jared. Archie's goes.
They weren't poems. They were song lyrics, and working on them made me feel like 3 dots.
What, Archie? Sorry, it's not funny to the listeners, but in the Google Doc, I just made my line.
Visual gag.
Made my line really big, and they get to see it instantly because it's obviously Google, and they're better than Microsoft. So go ahead, Archie.
It made me feel like I'd finally broken through to something real about my life and what I should be trying to do with it. Music, starting this year, tomorrow. What?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Oh my gosh, no, I meant to say the word Grundy. Here we go. Amazing.
Archie doesn't know how time works.
Starting this year, it's a new year. It's New Year's Eve. Amazing. Okay. You asked Miss Grundy to tutor you?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
What about football? Do you need to vote?
I'll try out, at least.
Well, have you talked to Dad?
No. Until I've got more things. Until I've got things more figured out. You're the only person I'm telling, okay?
Well, I'd love to hear this about your songs.
Yeah?
Yes! Another digital game.
Yeah. I'm finishing a couple of demos tonight.
I like how there's no exclamation points. It's just like, period. Like, I'm just like, great.
You guys are going to have to pull these up on YouTube later on and watch it because you're doing a remarkably accurate job.
Great. Should I be texting the whole time? Is this like a teen thing? So, great. Also, I've been thinking about us, Archie, and our friendship, and how it's time we fading out as Veronica enters.
It fades out as Veronica enters. She walks into the diner in slow motion towards their booth for no apparent reason because she's there to pick up a to-go order, and nobody walks towards a booth in order to pick up a to-go order. They go to the person. Either way, Archie stares. Veronica, I called in an order for Lodge.
2 burgers? Yeah, almost ready, but you're gonna wait.
Veronica turns to the table. Hi.
Hey.
How are the onion rings here?
So good. Oh, wait. So good. The text just got significantly bigger. So good. Oh. Gold. So good.
Here we get some.
I love it that we're doing stuff that the audience can't see. That's why audio's big, right? And the radio's making it way better.
Can we just get some onion rings too, please?
Yeah.
Thanks. My mom and I just moved here.
From where?
In New York. Do it like
New
this.
York.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Do you guys go to Riverdale, the only high school in town?
We are in Riverdale, aren't we? We do.
No, I'm homeschooled. The end of the show. Sorry, go ahead, Archie.
It's actually a Betty line here.
Oh, I thought I said we do. Oh, he said, okay. You're so good. I didn't even know he was
We
here.
do.
Both of us.
Ooh, we're sophomores.
Me too. I'm filled with dread.
Why is that?
Are you familiar with the works of Truman Capote? I'm
What
breakfast.
high school song is
I know.
familiar with the-
Exactly. No, it gets even worse.
No, don't worry about that. At least we're going to reference a 50s TV show in black and white. Or movie. Go ahead.
I'm breakfast at Tiffany's, but this place is strictly in cold blood. I'm Veronica Lodge.
RG Andrews. This is Betty Cooper.
Wait, are you?
Supposed to give you your tour tomorrow? That's a weird series of words. Yes, I'm your peer mentor.
You your tour. That is
You your tour. So many OUs. You your tour tomorrow.
Hey Veronica. Do you want to join us? Hey, maybe we can unfill you with dread.
That's not creepy at all. My mom's waiting for me, but to be continued. Veronica exits. Archie's eyes follow her to the door. He then looks back at Betty.
So, plain less interesting girl now that I've met the new girl in town. What were you saying?
This is me saying nothing. This does nothing.
And this has been a dramatic reading of Riverdale. Well, here we are. We've reached the end of yet another of our hundreds and hundreds of episodes of the Curtis.
Tens of thousands.
I think it's been close to 1,000 by now.
It's hard to believe. This is episode 999. I mean, join in next week as we record episode 1000. It'll be huge, spectacular. We're going to have the reanimated corpse of Knox McCoy here. We're going to have Kevin Spacey, Kevin James, and Leah Remini all in the one room for the first time ever. It's going to be.
Didn't we used to say Trip Crosby couldn't make it? Didn't we used to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
remember
always
that.
invited
But
him.
he'll be here. But he'll be here next week to reenact Baines on a Plane. He's going to help us with that. Classic.
Part of our greatest hits. Part of our
It is.
greatest
Yeah, it is.
hits.
That's on the album you can buy at Goodwill.
Cool.
They sell albums there, right? Chumbawamba and
Yeah, they
Space
do.
Jam and everything Mariah Carey did.
True or false? Space Jam is your favorite movie, Joseph Craven.
False, but I do think that it is the greatest album ever released by anyone ever. I think the
Oh, no doubt.
soundtrack The soundtrack to Space Jam is the greatest compilation of music that anyone has ever released.
Besides Donna Lewis.
Oh, man.
Besides what?
Donna Lewis. I love you always forever. Near and far, closer together. Everywhere I will be with you. Everything I will be for you. Say you'll always love me forever.
Say you'll love me forever, ever stop, never, whatever.
I don't remember any of the other songs I see, but that song was so good, it makes it the greatest album ever made.
I'm willing to give it number 2 on the list.
I can live with that. I'll take it.
Okay, deal. Here at the end of the show, as we do every week, we're going to go around and we're going to give each member of the panel here 30 uninterrupted seconds to plug whatever they want to plug, talk about whatever it is they want to talk about. But at the end of 30 seconds, they will be muted and they will be done talking. So we will start with number 1 in our hearts, but number 2.
Number 4 on this episode. Tyler Tarver.
Mr. Tyler Tarver. Number 1 in our hearts and number 5 in his graduating class. Still pretty good. I mean, you had a lot of people in the class, right?
Yeah, that's impressive.
I mean, it's 3 people in the class. It's homeschool. I was homeschooled. I was at Riverdale homeschool.
Riverdale homeschool. All right, so, Tyler, you have 30 seconds.
It's a homeschool co-op.
You have 30 seconds, uninterrupted, starting now.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm just excited to be a part of the show. Excited to be here. I'm just glad that you guys had me once again this week. You know, as we do every week. I'm just excited to be here. Excited to be part of the team. I just really think it's a great group of people coming together for a good cause. And I love everything that you guys are doing here, along with everything that I get to do here with you guys. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to plug a lot of stuff I have coming up.
All right, you're done. That was incredibly weak. I'm almost upset with how weak that was. Really feel like you really missed the point of this entire show, much less that one segment.
Hey, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for criticizing my plug. I want to take this moment to really just appreciate you as a person.
All right, here we go. Jared Hollier. You have Jared, Mr. Ring-a-ding-ding, Jared Hollier himself. You now have 30 seconds, uninterrupted, starting now.
Tell you what I'd like to do with my 30 seconds is I'd like to give it to Tyler so he can finish up his plug. So, Tyler, the remainder of my time belongs to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hollier. I just appreciate you as a consumer and a producer on this track. Because sometimes you listen and sometimes you talk. And I just really appreciate you. And I just want to thank you for having me. I love being a part of this team. Day in, day out, we fight for what's right and fight for our right to party when you think about it. I just like.
All right. Thank you very much, both Jared and Tyler. That was truly
worth it.
Jared, I have to say, you were a truly inspired performance right there tonight and during this segment. Significantly better than whatever Tyler was doing.
That's true.
I think that it's clear that you were the superior presenter.
No doubt.
That's what that was. We're like the natural disasters of the podcast world.
Really
Thank you for listening.
Not as only as about a natural disaster, the movie was a natural disaster.
Thank you for listening to 4chan Presents 2012, the podcast, a.k.a. The Courtesy Laugh. For Jared, for Tyler, for Chad Gibbs, our dear friend, who we're very glad was able to join us tonight.
Hey, here's my final question as we close out. Do you guys think clams are actually miserable? Are they really?
Hey, follow us on Twitter. We have one of those, and it hasn't been touched in 3 years. Find us at courtesy_laugh. Everyone
Neither
loves
have I. Marriage, am I right, guys?